Hey everybody, welcome back to the adult daycare facility for Starfleet cadet dropouts. I'm your host Ian, and this is Pit Stain Hobbies. There you go, different intro. I'm trying to switch it up a little these days. We're back on the awesome, well, it's gonna be epic when it's done. It's a lot of work. This is the Fanhome Enterprise D, formerly of, we won't say their name. I got issue 27. I also have every issue now up to 31. So I have the whole thing in a tote over there, that way. Over there is the link down to Fanhome. They're doing a pre-interest notification campaign right now. They are going to start selling this again. So go ahead and throw your email in there, I guess. It's probably one of the more difficult partwork builds I've ever done. Not that I've done a million of them, but it requires a lot of like the light leaks in the panels. That's really the primary thing, and some of the mild inaccuracies that we're tweaking a little. But either way, I'm gonna get crack-a-lacking over here. Let's see here, and my videos are a little less frequent these days. It is summer, and the wife, love her dearly. In the summer, she does want to do activities, and she wants her husband with her for them. I don't blame her. She married me for a reason, I guess. I thought it was just because I could cook well, but apparently that wasn't the only one. So, trying to find time here. But yeah, let's grab, we got 103 here, so we got another deck panel. So we're going to get the little, escape pods slapped in here. I'm using the myenterprised.com website for Todd's fantastic photographic tutorial on how to best assemble this beast. So the magazine will be going to the side and slumbering away. Ooh, look at this. We got like a little transport emitter. And we do, oh, careful now. Okay. Slicey open the parts. I just love that. It's so satisfying. Not as satisfying as peeling that last little sheet of plastic off the screen of a new smartphone or something similar. Like, that's really good. That's some proper satisfaction. There we go. And here we go. We got some escape pods. We got more escape pods. Oh, these are all the plugs to cover the screws. These are a whole bunch of them. That is fantastic. Okay, great. I was worried I wouldn't have enough of these things. I've kept all of them that I'm aware of. And oh, we got a little tiny panel here. That should be interesting to put in. And we got these black things that hold in the escape pods. Why didn't you do this for the upper saucer? It's not Fanhome's fault. They didn't design the kit. They just rescued all of us who'd already spent a whole bunch of money trying to build it. And we're in the wind. We got a couple more screw plug things here. And some transporter emitters. And another escape pod plug. And a couple little more plugs. Yeah, this thing here is another one of these. This model does not have, we got some double-sided tape because they used to pre-apply the double-sided tape to these, but now they do not. I might not even use this. I might just use crazy glue. That tape is not the best. Where was I going with that? I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. Either way, I'll be right back. I'm just going to throw escape pods in holes, okay? One sec. All right, well, we've got our panel in here. I did put a little putty right there, a little on the tab that goes under here, and a little bit in the corner there. And these screws are going in the plastic, so they will pull things together, but just go really slow. If you feel it start to give, you're stripping it. But luckily, I didn't have that happen, and this is a metal screw going in there, so that's fine. Just dip a little 3-in-1 oil on there. But yeah, that goes in reasonably well. Yeah. Panel gaps, that's why we have putty. So let me get on to 10, no, not even 10. We got more stuff here. I think I need to get the star drive out, engineering hull, secondary hull, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get that out. I'll be right back. Okay. So we got the secondary hull here. You can see where we're at. We got our wire harness coming up here to go to the saucer. So that's nice. So these are just all screw panel covers. So this one goes over this to cover those screws. And then same with these two guys as they go over the side here to cover those screws. So, like I said, I'm not putting any screw covers in. I did some on the neck already, but this area is where all my wiring comes in and goes. If I do have a problem, I want to be able to get back in here easily. So we are going to avoid any of these panel covers right here. Also, these transporter emitters, if we scroll a little further, we got these guys, and these are supposed to go there and there, and we're going to save those for later. Oh, come on, get out of there now. There we go. We're going to save both of those in the doggy bag. And we got a couple of, there's another escape pod screw cover. We got these two little triangular bits, and they go right here and here. Okay. To cover those screws, we're not going to put those in yet either. So I guess we're done with 103. I'm going to put these away in a safe little Ziploc baggie so as I don't lose them, and we'll be back. One sec. Alrighty, well here's stage 104. We got a big panel here. It's one of the biggest single panels on the entire ship, I think. There, and you can see there's a magnet pre-installed in there, and that is going to go right, yeah, just like something like that. Oh, there's a little pin right there on the side that has to go into this tiny little hole right here. So you gotta make sure you get that in there. And then same thing on the other side. And they are supposed to grab in. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. I think it's in there. I'm just test fitting this right now because we got to put in the little lights and the phaser strips and things. But yeah, it's a lot of tightness. A lot of tightness. What are we catching on here? Anything? No, nothing. Nothing. Wiring. Okay. I mean, I've got custom wiring in here, so I've got to be careful to route it because, you know, we're centrally powering everything. But yeah, so that's the basic gist of it. There's supposed to be a battery pack in here. Hello, woohoo! This glory hole is not going to get filled with a battery pack because there's a magnetic cover that goes right over the top, and since we're powering this way, we're not going to need that. And yeah, so let me get crack-a-lacking on these little rear light bits. We got to get those in right here and here, and I'm going to wrap them in a little black electrical tape to light block them. So be right back, everybody. So I was fiddling around. I noticed Todd did something on his Enterprise, and that was to put some crazy glue between these two halves and clamp them together. I'm going to do that because they, even with whatever pressure they'll get from the top and bottom panels being sandwiched together, I think I just want a toiter fit. So I am going to get a little bit of CA glue in there with my little pointy applicator and clamp these together with my brand name bougie DeWalt bar clamps. Got a whole pile of these things. Gotta throw the brands out there, don't you, Ian? Tool snob. Yeah, well, I mean, these are just, they're so much nicer than the Harbor Freight ones. I tried the Harbor Freight, and no thanks. Either way, I'll give those to the wife, my wife. We also started a fun new game with my wife, and she texted me and she said, "We're gonna stop at Aldi on the way home. Do you need anything?" I will read you the exchange that has happened. I said, yeah, we are probably stopping at Aldi. Need anything? I said, get something weird. She goes, LOL, like what? I go, I gave you the request. Do your best. Doesn't even need to be food. Just weird. LMAO, okay. Drop it off to me on your way in to show off on the live stream because we're going on a live stream at 4 p.m. on Sunday today. She goes, okay, so much pressure now. I go, fun game, right? Haha. Yes, LOL. This is how you keep your wife happy. Play fun games. Yes. So let's see the weirdest thing that my wife will pick out for me at Aldi. If you want to watch it, hop on the Hobby Time Modelers YouTube channel. Watch the Sunday live stream on July 14th, 2024. And we will see what weird crap she gets me from Aldi. All right, back to crazy gluing. I'll be back. Okay, while I'm waiting for that glue to dry, we do have the power switch opening here, which I'm not going to use. So I put a piece of clear resin tape for UV resin over the back of the switch opening, and I'm just gonna, do I have another camera view here? Something better? Can I do this? There we go. I'm just gonna fill this little hole with some of this Solarez Thin Hard, or it might be Mr. Resin that I have in this bottle. I don't know. That's what I use to refill. And just, it's, self-leveling. So let's just let that level for a second. What do I got here? I don't know what I got. My phone vibrated. And I got my magnifiers on now. So I'm just going to get another drop and another drop. And that looks pretty good. And there's actually no bubbles in it. So it would make a perfect clear window. But I don't care. I'm just going to paint over it, and then we'll hit it with the light, with the UV light, to cure that resin. I'm going to get this cured up, and then I'm going to go over it with some paint. Now, the paint, we've gone over this. It's in one of my many drawers. Drawers-o paint. Let's just keep that there. And the closest match was this Administratum Gray from Citadel. It's a fantastic brush paint. I also got this one from Vallejo Game Air, Stonewall Gray, 72749. That's a great color. That's easier to airbrush, for sure. And I thought I had another bottle of Administratum. I do. And then we've got the Vallejo Air Administratum Gray. They're all really good matches. But this panel actually has a little different color than the main base color. So we're just going to do our best. And then on the back side here, because of that tape, we can get through there with the UV light and cure the bottom of that resin as well. And it does gets a little warm, but I'm not really concerned with that. So what we're going to do is we'll just go over this with a little bit of paint, and that will delete our switch housing. So you can do that for any hole you want to fill on the model. So just a little tip right there, and we'll be right back. Okay, so another little tip, because you got to get these little guys slid onto these LEDs back here. I just painted these with Sharpies to make them red and greener. Redder and greener. There we go. They don't quite fit in that slot really well, and I don't want to break anything. I don't want to snap the plastic. So I'm just going to take a file and just give it just a few passes on the inside, because I think there was like a mold line in there that was keeping the LED from fully seating. And now the LED, yeah. Now if I can, son of a, the LED, here, let me turn it on. The LED fully seats into there. And then we're going to wrap the outside edges of these two things with a little bit of black electrical tape. Conversely, if you have plenty of time to kill, like you're 11 years old or something, you could paint them with tulip, I guess. But I'm not that patient. Yes, not one of my many quirks is patience. There we go. So there's that, and our resin's all cured up. It is hard as a rock. So we're just going to paint over that with a little bit of administrative, this Stonewall actually maybe. If it doesn't perfectly match this section, who cares? It's on the bottom of the ship. It's an access panel. They replaced it in space dock. They didn't have the right color map. I don't know. Make up a story. Fan fiction. There we go. Be right back. Okay, so post live stream, we did get this bottom panel on. We're not putting any of the fillers in. So any of these things, here, anything covering the screw holes, not put them in just yet. Obviously, our glory hole is still empty, like I said before. But we've got this. So these are metal discs in this panel here. And these are the magnets. So it really doesn't matter which way you put them in, because these aren't magnets. These are just steel discs, and it covers it up beautifully. There we go. So we're all built up here. Might as well give you what you've been waiting for. Boom. No blinkies. We did our no blinky mod on the circuit board. It's available on Todd's site. We got our little strobes blinking. Come on. There you go. That one's, for some reason, not as easy to see. I might just snip a little of that off and redo it. Oh, careful. Oh, the wires touch. She shuts off. But yeah, that's all going, and those are all lit up, and no blinky. No blinky. Very nice. So there we go. That was what was that stage? What was that? 27? Yeah, that was issue 27. And keep these wires apart. Yeah, there we are. Like I said, a little bit of putty right here and here. Did a little clamping while I screwed these down, just to make it easier. Obviously, we crazy glued the front and back of these pylon halves together. There's a tiny bit of a gap here I couldn't get rid of, but there's no light leaking through it because we put black electrical tape around those green and red plastic light pipe pieces, so we don't have any leakage. And there's no light leakage that I can see so far, other than where we don't have our filler panel in there. But yeah, that's all she wrote for now. Jeez, Louise, Ian, don't start an electrical fire. So the Enterprise she's a delicate ship. It was so interesting because, like, the refit, that thing would take a pounding and just keep going. The Enterprise, if she got hit with a spitball from some random alien ship, boom, all the systems were down. Everything was going haywire. Geordi was running around with his hair on fire. It was ridiculous. But either way, I digress. That's where we're at. So we'll see you next time, again, for issue 28 and onwards. And we're very, very, very close to finishing our Fanhome / Enterprise D, which is going to be amazing. I mean, look at that damn deflector array. That thing looks so good. So good. I am really, really enjoying this. And I really love this little tenant controls sync with a pause circuit that I put in to run the 8 different strobes around the ship. That's going to be so killer. Again, we've got our aluminum fence piping to put in there, and I got to figure out a base. So if anyone's got any ideas for a good solid base, preferably with a front, I'm going to put like maybe a clear acrylic rod with some sort of thing, kind of like the Tomy TOS Enterprise, where they put a support rod underneath the front saucer, because this thing is really heavy, especially the saucer. The saucer weighs a damn ton, and I don't want it to sag, and I also don't want it to snap in half and break in the middle of the night and wake the dogs to a barking ruckus where I have to wander around the house and then find my decapitated Enterprise D laying on the dining room floor, or where the hell my wife lets me display this thing, because it is glorious and it will need to be displayed in a prominent location in the household. Either way, thank you for watching. We love you. We'll see you next time. Adios from Pit Stain Hobbies.